Hey YouTube, it's your girl lasheavibez, and I'm here with a very special guest today. I have Rob, and as you can see, he has a beautiful head of locks, and he is also the lead singer for a group called Machina. So we will be not only talking to him about his hair, but we will also be discussing the music. Okay, I just have a few questions that I'm going to be asking him today, so let's go ahead and get into the questions. Okay, so Rob, how long have you been locked?
Well, 7 years for this set, and then I had them for 7 years previously, so I've been locking for about 14
years total?
Yeah.
What made you lock?
Freshman. Of course, I've always been a musician and an artist, and certain things that I've seen in the past when I was a child, and different musicians that have made a mark in history for different things, and this is one of the things that I saw that inspired me. And of course, the first time I actually saw somebody wearing dreads, it was at a gas station, random. I was 12 years old and riding around with my mother, going to the mall or something, and I saw the guy at the gas station walking around, and I looked at him, and I pointed, I said, "Hold my hair like that." She said, "Yeah, right." But one day I snuck away and got them done. I wasn't too happy about it, but I was kind of a rebel, I guess, I don't know.
No.
And before that, I was braiding and doing whatever. I always had long hair. And the responses were, there wasn't really anything particular that I could remember as far as like anybody liking them, or they just kind of excluded me. It was kind of like, they didn't really want any, I don't know. It was.
So you were like an outcast?
I was outcasted anyway, but I was friends with all the crowd. I always was I've always been more of the type of person where I don't like to associate myself with just one particular group. I love all people, and,
right.
And that was the kind of the thing, because I did have friends of all kinds and all races and everything, and like very segregated. Exactly, like one love. And it was in a way it was segregated, and I that was kind of my thing. I was like, it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, you're still a person, and you have a lot to give. And whether you're into sports or music or carpentry, being a carpenter or whatever it is, that was just kind of my thing. And music just happened to be my outlet,
right? And
it just kind of fell into my lap, and I was always kind of like trying to push things to the edge in my town. And when it came to like performing, and when we started playing, it got a whole lot of attention, and people understood kind of what I was about.
What you were going through. That's a very compelling story. That's why the name of this video is the story behind the hair and the music. He's a very interesting guy, so I had to definitely get him on. But to still with the hair, what's the craziest thing that somebody has said to you or done to you with your lock?
Well, one of the craziest things that I just remember is like, I don't want to say, what's that shit on your head?
Oh, for real? Somebody said, what's that shit on your head?
What's that shit on your head? You got turds on your head. What's wrong with you, boy? Why you look like that? I've always gotten messed with them for years.
Do you get harassed by the police?
Yeah, I actually have been profiled several times. It doesn't matter what traffic tickets or being at an event, social event or whatever, or even going to like a nightclub. It's very hard to get in. People like just kind of profile me, but I'd say over the past 3-4 years, that has completely disappeared.
Right. Because people are starting to embrace natural and dread. I see a lot of different dreads, a lot of different nationalities here in Houston, so it's becoming, but there is a lot of stereotypes. Like I had my other friend on here with his lock story, and I will list the link below if you guys want to check that out as well. But it's a lot of misconceptions, even with being a woman and wearing my natural hair. Like, maybe you're not clean, or you can't afford to get your hair done, or you're lazy. Them are all totally misconceptions. It's a choice, and that's the beauty about us all being different, is we have a choice to wear our hair the way we choose to.
going on the cleanliness part, that's one of the biggest things that I've had people say. So when was the last time you washed your hair, or when was do you have to wash that to have dreads, or how long did it, how long did you have to be dirty, or are you dirty? Do you take showers? Like stupid stuff like that.
Or so.
Well, I mean, it's a
unaware.
misconception, and things are turning around. And like for me, my first reaction is, oh, I wash my hair every day. I keep my hair clean. I think that's pretty gross if you don't wash your hair.
Right.
But I'm kind of OCD, so that kind of helps out. Like the whole dreading thing, like it keeps me occupied. It did for years.
Right.
I mean, now I don't really have to work on them as much throughout the year. I mean, when I was first starting, I'd have to be on it all the time. It's a long process. You have to sacrifice a lot to have dreads in the way that I would say I do it. But I'm a person who believes in a person sacrificing. For me, it's a kind of a spiritual thing.
Okay, when you say spiritual like how?
I don't want to tie it to like religion or
right.
Like that. There's a quote that I always like, and I saw this on Facebook not too long ago. It's from Abraham Lincoln. It said, "When I do good things, I feel good. When I do bad things, I feel bad." And that says it all right there about everything, every religion. So I don't want to tie it to that.
Right.
I had an experience a couple of years ago where I practiced fasting, and that's one thing I read up about it. How that when you do that, it affects everything in your life around you, and spiritually, it fills you up. And when you take out that need for certain things, like take out food, And I did it for a reason, for a family member that was not doing very well health-wise, and I was not doing too good as far as my finances and things going on with my job and stuff like that. And I just made a decision one day. I was like, I'm gonna sacrifice something in my life to see what that does. And actually, at the end of the 40 days, everything had resolved itself. I felt $1 million. So I take that, I use that analogy, like for the dreads, when you lock, it's something that you don't get overnight if you really do it the way the natural way. The original, the whole, exactly. It's a work of art. You can have your dreads going any direction you want them to go.
Right.
And for me, it's that whole sense of sacrifice. And if you want something that's going to last, that's going to really show that it never looked like this, like it's just age and really taking my time with it and focusing on it, and for what I believe in, and
that's awesome.
It's a little more deep. I didn't do it so much. I like the way they look.
Right.
I've always liked the way they look.
And I want to ask about these ethnicities that determines whether the person can have dreads or be natural. It can come in all shapes, sizes, forms, and colors. So, yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share with the viewers regarding your locks, or any words of encouragement that you can give to somebody maybe that lived in that town that you were previously living in, that's thinking of locking or stepping outside of the norm? Is there any words of encouragement that you can tell them?
Well, like I said, it's a sacrifice thing, and I get a lot of people coming up to me, like I want to do my hair like that, and then my boyfriend wants his hair like that. What did you do and that? If you want locks, if you really want them, you can go the route of getting them chemically burned to where they automatically look like that. But maintaining them is a different story. And if you really want them to look like, say, like mine or somebody else's, you can see, but it takes time, and you have to sacrifice that time and not give up. That's the thing. That's something that I've always believed in, is when you set your mind to something, don't give up.
Right.
And I went through a lot of awkward moments.
Right.
And if you're going to do it, it takes time, and you got to accept that, and just, keep your mind focused, and they'll do what they're supposed to do. Right,
in their own time. That's just like when I first cut my hair, I big chopped. I mean, it's all in time. You can't look and just immediately want your hair, to be your length, and you just begin to grow it. It's all a journey, and it's a beautiful beautiful journey, like you said, like fasting, getting to know yourself, getting comfortable, and you do see the benefits. And for me personally, when I decided to go natural, it became a whole lifestyle. Start watching what I was eating and people I was dealing with and things I was doing. It becomes part of your lifestyle. It's all about betterment and improving your lifestyle. Okay. Good information, Rob. But now we're going to get into the Machina is actually an alternative rock metal group, and he's the lead singer. You will hear the backdrop of the music in this video. To tell us how Machina got started?
Yeah, sure. Machina actually, it actually kind of started when I had moved to Houston, and it was I moved to Houston in 2002. Between 2003 and 2004, I started working with previous members, drummer for as a matter of fact, but I've went through tons of musicians, and the name was Lockdown. The name that we wanted was Lockdown in 2004, and of course, name's just a name, but the music part of it was always there. And
did y'all go back something else before?
We've had tons of different aliases, but that was the actual name. Machina has always been the name that we wanted to use. I would say I actually became a unit with the group in late 2005, early 2006. And I've been previously writing music since I was 15 years old. So when I started the group, I had tons of music already recorded.
So you actually started the group and got
it's more of a solo thing. I've been just looking for people that could relate to what I was writing, and then put it together. And we had a good group that we did a small touring, and we played hundreds of shows all over.
That's pretty cool.
We released a 5-song EP, and after that, we lost those members. But luckily, I was pretty much the one writing a whole lot of the actual music part of it, and I had tons of ideas when the guys parted ways in late 2007. So I spent all that time regrouping and trying to find a good drummer to help record a record. And late 2008, took a full year. From that point, I kept my original guitarist that came in after my second group. I've gone through so many people, but I've had one guy that stuck next to me the whole time, named Brian Benitez. He stuck with me through the last absence where everybody left in late 2008, and we were trying to decide what we were going to do and how we were going to record the album. And luckily, Grace, God came in and funded us to do a record, and things just kind of fell into place with a studio that we did our album at. It's called Digital Services, and really well-known place in Houston.
Pretty cool.
And we did our whole album there. They kind of treated us like their guinea pigs. We got to use all the top quality equipment, and really got to go into the production side of it. So I spent a lot of time writing with that, and the drummer that came along with it, and we worked so hard just trying to perfect it. We spent a year recording. Actually, it really sucks that it couldn't happen faster, but between everybody's jobs, and money and time and all that, I mean, if I only was rich enough to just stay home and just do music, but with between jobs and all that, we finally got it all done, and we've been working hard on creating product, music videos, and the album art and all that stuff, and trying to establish the name in the industry and releasing, and we're hoping, we're going to release at the end of the year, and between now and then it's just all spreading the word on Facebook and social sites and this and that. And this is
and they also have a YouTube. I'm definitely going to list that in this video and also below in captions their YouTube, so you guys can check out a few of their videos. So how many people are in the group?
Well, as of now, there's 7.
Okay.
There's 7 of us.
Big group.
Before that, it was only 2. So we've gotten people to fill in the pieces, and we're taking them to the next level of writing. The style's not going to change so much, but you know, it's when you get more heads in, you get better ideas, and
Right.
you can be able to, people can express themselves, and they're bringing
Like a collabo.
Yeah, definitely. And like right now, like, we have an amazing set. We have two drummers that are phenomenal. One plays like ethnic style, congos, bongos, and timbales, and then the other guy's just a straight drummer. And it just adds a completely different sound. It's very powerful, and we can go any direction with it. And have a guy that's doing piano and strings and stuff like that, so it has a completely, we can mix all that up. And plus, I'm kind of a Latin style guitarist, so I'm doing a lot of flamenco, Latin guitar on top of our hard rock mixture, and kind of got upbeat, almost, I'd say, like, I don't want to say hip-hop beats, but very upbeat, nod your head, groovy type stuff. So it's going in a completely different direction after this record, but I'm really excited to see where it goes.
I have a name for the record right now.
Yes, it's called The Process.
The Process. So when is that going to be coming out?
We're looking at the very end of the year, beginning of next year.
Okay, so guys, look out for The Process, either the end of this year or the beginning of next year. Now, Rob, for all of our viewers here, whether they're in Texas or surrounding areas, if they wanted to get in contact with you and your band members, how would they do that?
Well, the best way, of course, is Facebook. That's where everybody is now. You just go to facebook.com/Machina2X, and I'm pretty sure she'll have the link on there. But send us a message. We always respond, and if you have any questions or interested about, you know, when the record's going to come out or when we're performing, we'll be right on it, and we'll let you know.
Okay, that's said y'all had toured. Did y'all tour just in the state of Texas, or did y'all go?
We did Texas, we've done Louisiana, Mississippi, and Florida.
And how was your feedback from the fans?
We've always had good feedback. I mean, unless we're playing in a very small venue, there like nobody there.
Right.
we played for thousands, and we played for 4.
Right.
So,
right.
We've always had good responses. I really love the East Coast, southern part of Florida. We had a great response. We played House of Blues last year, July, and there was over 1,000 people there.
Wow.
It was a lot of love, and we can't wait to go back there. Besides that, you know, we've always had love home, and we've been doing it here so long. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into our hometown. So we got a lot of loyal friends, and we're meeting new friends and fans all the time, and we just can't wait to come back and start performing.
Well, that's pretty tight. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check him out. I am going to list the link below for his YouTube channel. Also, make sure you get his Facebook information. So if you want to book him to come in and perform, just hit him up, okay? And you see, my channel is lasheavibez. What do you think about my channel and where I'm going with my channel?
I think it's awesome. I think you need to keep it up, pull in more people that are interested in natural hair, and it seems like there's a lot of buzz going on about how this stuff is done, so, just keep spreading the word, Don't give it up. I think it's hot.
Definitely. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. Again, I have Rob here with Machina. I'm going to list the links below to his Facebook and also his YouTube channel, so hit them up if you want to book them to come in and perform. They're extremely talented. As always, thanks so much for watching.
It's won't turn no lie. I feel the same as I did when